Hey everyone, what's going on? Joey here from the Wildwood Video Archive, and you know, our number one thing that we do on here, and the reason why we started, is to preserve history. For the most part, that's going around and finding film, 8mm, 16mm, digitizing them, and then preserving them, putting them all online for future generations to enjoy, and of course so that the museums can have them. And sometimes we get a very rare opportunity to film history in the making. Just a quick little summary for those who don't know. Behind me is St. Mary's by the Sea, which is actually ran by Sisters of St. Joseph. At this moment, the fate of this building is actually up in the air. And so because there's history behind me, I asked the sisters if we could do a little tour video to go ahead and preserve on film what the retreat house actually looks like. So we're gonna do that today for you guys. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, you turn on notifications, and you give this video a thumbs up. Let's go inside. Now, before we actually go inside and give you guys the tour, I figured I would give you a little brief history about the actual building. Now, this building was built in 1889 as a motel called the Shoreham Motel. Now, that hotel, which actually looks very similar to what it actually is today, had 150 rooms inside and, interestingly enough, had a 200-foot-long lawn in the very front of the building. Right now you can actually see there's just a giant jetty in front of it, and we'll get to that a little bit later. Now, the Shoreham did pretty well until about 1898, where unfortunately the resort town here at the Point was in decline, which caused this 150-room hotel to be shut down. Now, in that same year, it was sold to become pretty much a retirement home for the aged and infirm. Unfortunately, that also failed, and in 1909, the Sisters of St. Joseph bought the property for $9,000. Now, to put that in perspective of today's money, that's about $251,000. A bargain. After they purchased it, they put crosses in the corners of the building. They went ahead and converted the ballroom into a chapel, and they changed the name of it to St. Mary's by the Sea. The sisters ran the home until 1941, where the military came in and they leased the building from 1941 to 1946 for $1. Now, when the sisters got the building back, because it pretty much was a barrack, the building was in shambles. They had to go ahead and renovate the entire thing in 1946. But from then until about 1960s, not too many changes took place here until the massive storms and the very bad erosion that was starting to take place down here in the Point. By 1956, erosion was a massive problem for St. Mary. Over the next several years, the building was in danger because the ocean was getting closer and closer. The famous winter of 1962 caused much damage to the building, but it was eventually fixed up. A joint venture between the state, the city, and the sisters allowed them to have the dunes built in front of St. Mary's, which can still be seen today. Now, from the time it was the Shoreham until it became a retreat house, a barrack, back to a retreat house, not too much has changed on the outside. It truly has stayed the same, with the same 2,000 feet of porch patio. Now, the inside has changed over time. I mean, they added electricity in the 40s. They went ahead, added air conditioning somewhat in some common areas, not fully air conditioned, but only in the common areas. They added an elevator, and they updated the chapel from time to time. So now that you know the history of the building, let's go inside. So we're going to start off our tour here in the chapel, which used to be a ballroom. Now, for the entire span of this video, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to tour with you guys, talk a little bit, but do some slow pans. That way you can screenshot some photos of this and use it for anything down the line. One really cool thing is that today they're having their last event here. And they pulled out two of these pews, one, two, and then a 3/4, like one over there. And they made crosses out of it. They're really cool. I'll share it with you guys. This is the cross that's made out of the pews. You can see they match up, they polish them. It looks a little different in shade of color, but this is where they came from. Now, when this was a ballroom, they had a stage, which is right over here. You see the little lip on the floor? And more than likely, the ceilings are vaulted, probably a couple feet. We're going to head into the next room. Traveling this way. This is where you prepare for the masses. You can see. Cross over here. Now this is the sitting area. Let's check it out. Here's the mess hall. Check out the original doors. And they're double doors too. They fold in. One here and then one here. You can see the original paneling. You can actually see some photos from the past. Okay. And this is where they would clean all the utensils and dishes. And back in there is the kitchen. Let's go check it out. Now they have a modern fridge back here, but if you go this way, here's the original refrigerators. I mean, full-blown original. Look at this. Original, how they open and close. It's all wood inside. It's a little dark. And they have 3 of these ones here. Now we're gonna make our way upstairs. This is the staircase up. Now that we're upstairs, a few little things. One is, they have known for a while now that they were getting rid of this building, so they already started gutting this building, I would say maybe 6 months ago, something along the lines of that. So you'll notice we're going to rooms like this, and there really is nothing much left. But you can still see how beautiful everything is. I mean, you look at the woodwork, you see there used to be a skeleton key over here. Very beautiful. So we're gonna go ahead and start on the first floor, make the loop around, and then go upstairs to the terrace. So here we go. And another thing, the rooms are dedicated to family members and sisters here. At one point you could have paid to go ahead and have your name on here, and they renovated the room. So we're gonna start right here and the grand staircase, and then make our way left this way to what they call the money shot here, where all the sisters would stay to have their cup of coffee in the morning because it is such a beautiful, beautiful spot. You can see how tall the ceilings are. See the fire system up there. Here's a good example of one of the bigger rooms. The original floors. I love this room because of the view. Look at that. You have the lighthouse right here. One interesting thing, earlier I said there was no electricity here at one point, so you'll see a lot of these caps. This was for the gas at one point. My guess is that there was some kind of sconce right here that you could turn on and off. Of course, now there's lights. And because it's all plaster up there, it was easy to run the wire on the wall. So you'll notice that. And right here, this looks like this was a light switch at one time when they actually added in electricity. So now we'll make it right into the courtyard. Look at that view. The ceremony's still going on. But up here would be lined with rocking chairs. And you can see one of the original colors, which was green. You see at one point, I'm pretty sure if you remove this, there's probably glass up there. You can see most of the rooms have been gutted. You can see at least some of them have rugs in them. You can see where the floor is actually coming apart on the wall down there a little bit. But here's a good example of some hardware. Look how beautiful this is. It's a little corner closet. Another mirror. Oh, hey. This is one way to go upstairs, but we're gonna save that for a little bit later. I wanna show you right here. Another cap, which means there's another lamp in the hallway right here. This is a modern bathroom. They updated it a while ago. There used to be at one point a bathroom, like a master bathroom for 10 people at once. Because back then it made more sense to have all the bathrooms in one section, that way for the pipes and all that. And so they would have enough in there for 10 people at once. Eventually they updated it and they got rid of some of the rooms and made individual bathrooms like this one behind me. You can see the tub over there. I'm gonna continue down. This is a storage room. Still, look at this view of the lighthouse. Here's another closet. Under the steps. And talk about old electricity. Look at that. If you noticed anything that I'm not noticing, please let me know in the video, because I know there's a lot of history buffs that really want a video like this so you can explore it and it can explain things a little bit better. Please let me know in the comment section. This is just another room, just a bigger one. Instead of a closet door, it looks like this used to connect at one point. And so they kind of closed it off. Here's another cap for gas. And continue this way. More steps up. Linen closet. It's dark in here. Here are some corner rooms for you guys to check out. This is a staff room. This is looking southeast. We'll continue next door. Looks like a storage room in here. More beautiful hardware, because you have these guys and the hinges. There's another individual bathroom. Looks like there's two here. One here and one here. Another bathroom as well. And let me show you one of the outside porches going this way. And as I mentioned earlier, they were having an event today, so that's why this was all set up. This is the last event after 5 p.m. today. This building will be locked up, and that's it. No one else is going to be allowed in here. So, very awesome to have this opportunity. Well, let's continue the tour. And we're back inside. Even look at these hooks, are actually really cool. Here's a good example of an adjoining room. You can see it switches over and it connects. Now I'm not gonna go ahead and share with you guys every single room. There's 150 of them, and after a while they're exactly the same. I mean, they took out everything, only the bed and the mattress is really left, but I'm gonna share with you guys this one right here because you can see right here that there's a cutout. It looks like this room and the one next to it was connected. On the other side is the balcony, which I'm told all the sisters would go and have their coffee in the morning because of the view. So let's go check out the next room and then go check that out. You can see another steps here, which are closed off. You can see this used to connect. And this would be another room here. And you can see the views going this way. And the views going this way. And this is the patio that everyone would have their coffee on. I'm told that they would line up the rocking chairs this way and this way. And look at this view. How beautiful, right? Watching the sunset, the sunrise, which would be that way, but the sunset over here would be gorgeous at night. And as history goes, there used to be 200 feet of beachfront, pretty much as a lawn going this way. That way you can actually enjoy the water, but as I said before, in the history of this place, they had to build this because the water was literally sitting right on the other side of this dune. Anyway, let's go upstairs to share with you guys the very top terrace. Okay guys, let's make our way upstairs. You see the staircase going up. These turrets up here, as they call them. We are upstairs now. And we have this beautiful view from this window. It's a little dirty, but still beautiful. A lot of salt water hitting it. A lot of mist. But look at this corner room. Look how they built this. Could you imagine being in this room and having the cross breeze? Give you the view from this window. If I can open it. It's a little rusty. Look at that view. And there's your view going the other way. But let's continue out. We'll be looking now west. You see the courtyard here? We are gonna make our way into the attic. Okay, this is the east attic. It's a little dark, so I apologize in advance. Attic. And this was all mostly used for storage. I turn my light on. You can see the way they built it. Oh, the light's on. That helps. You can look this way. See the beach. A fire system in here. Looks like these two put towels up here to dry them. Here's the elevator up, and there's a bathroom on the left. Another bathroom as well. And we have these original chairs. Some of them are rocking chairs, like this one here. Whew. Storage space. These are, look how original these are. Whew. You cannot sit on those, they will break. Here's a tub. Wow. And another bathroom, a modern one. Hanging the rocking chairs upside down. We'll continue forward. Here's those steps I showed you guys earlier. A storage space. And these rooms are more of the same that we've seen before. Closet. Here's another kind of room with an actual closet. And this is looking towards the sea. And we're continuing down. So I'm learning that upstairs didn't have gas to it, gas lamps, because there's no knobs, nothing up here that would indicate that gas ran up here. So I think electricity and even lights up here fairly new, or like maybe 90s, because there's at least something in the wall here. Here is a corner room for you guys to check out. I love this original wood here. Funny enough, this is the only place I've seen this in the entire building. So I wonder what used to be there. Still looking out at the lighthouse. And you can see the other houses that actually belong to the church. This one here and the one next to it actually used to be out front more, but in I think like the 50s it got moved because of a massive storm came through here. So those got moved. I think it was 58 or 62. Now we're heading into the west attic. So on the other side of the other attic. And I got the lights on, so don't worry. And this one's a little bit different because this one has a water fountain and a sink. Now this one's a little barren, meaning we actually don't have anything to share with you guys. No rocking chairs, but they also have another tub. Check that out. Also, got some original flooring. Oh, and I can't express to you guys enough how hot it is up here. Like, I'm pretty sure it's like 98. So, I'm really sweating. But could you imagine being in here in the dead of summer for a retreat? It'd be quite hot. Okay, let's head out to the other end there. And here are the rooms in the other turn. This is looking east. Said before, salty windows. And now we're making our way downstairs, where it's got cooler this quickly, just walking down the steps. But this is the other side of the wing, and I'll share this with you, because remember we saw that green? Well, this room still has the original green. Look how cool. Look at that. I've yet to see this anywhere else. Now I'll share this with you guys. You can barely see it, but it's the original lighting fixture. More green out there. Now this is a fire escape, so I don't want to go out there, but there's another patio that way. And there's 2 bathrooms here. Looks like it was remodeled in the 90s. But you can see the other patio entrance here. Now we're going to continue down. Now for the most part, the rooms are exactly the same that I showed you on the other side. Nothing different. And here's an entrance to the other porch. I don't know if it's open or not. I think it might be. Here it is open. Ooh. Now let me go ahead and give you guys a view of the courtyard. I do plan on touring the courtyard in a second, but let's be honest, how many people wish that they could have walked up here, watched the sunset, sit up here in a rocking chair? So I'm gonna give you guys a little walking of just the porch over here. It really is beautiful. So you come out of the hallway and you see this beautiful courtyard, once again set up for an event, and you're taking a stroll. So peaceful, serene. There's steps downstairs to the first level. You can see the little connector they put to go from wing to wing. And there's the ocean. This side over here was actually covered in. So you can see the screen over here. Kind of close to each other. This was that emergency exit I showed you earlier. But this was screened in to get away from mosquitoes. This is looking over at Lehigh. You can see the screen. Now let's go downstairs and share with you guys the courtyard. It is beautiful and it gives you the perfect 360 view of the entire building. Here's one of the air conditioner units that they actually use for the chapel. You can see the rocking chairs. They're all dedicated. Here's the beautiful courtyard. Now it's about 4 o'clock. One thing I want to share with you guys, which is very important to retreat houses, is the bell. And you can see that this one has been here for a long time. They don't really use this one anymore. You can see they've painted it. I hope they do save that and keep that at one of the other retreat houses. And we're gonna go inside there and finish out our tour. But this is the beautiful courtyard. And for a 360 view, now we're going to finish out on the west wing over here. See, it's a place to put your beach chairs. It's all the sand down there. And in we go. Looks like a receiving room. And these rooms are more of the same. There's 2 bathrooms here. This one's awesome because look at all the storage space, right? And then another door here, another door there. You see, this one also used to have gas. This right here is for electricity, and this one here for gas. More of the same with the rooms. Here's the elevator we talked about that they installed. They get rid of a few rooms in order to install it. Over here is an original rocking chair. Look how beautiful. Now if you continue straight, that is where the mess hall is. You can see another steps that go up this way. This is that little small off room we saw earlier. So you turn left here. Here's the mess room. Here is the laundry room. 50 cents, what a deal. You can see the panel box. Looks like that was typed up in the 40s. Back here is where they park their cars and they have storage and trash. And that leads you back out to the courtyard. So there you guys go. That was a full property tour of St. Mary by the Sea. And I want to thank you guys for joining me and the Sisters of St. Joseph for allowing me on the property to give you guys this exclusive tour so that generations down the line could know what used to stand in this beautiful land. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. And as always, I'll see you on the beach. I'll see you later. Bye.